Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Terra Nil. Today's beverage is a very hydrating and nicely chilled iced mint lemonade. So welcome back to Terra Nil. This is your climate restoration puzzle game that I featured several times on the channel. Firstly, I think it was a prototype, then there was a demo, then there was the first commercial release, which we went and did a full run on, and it wasn't like 100% completion. We basically just went and made sure that the biomes were then restored. But there was then, after a while, a free update called... was it Vita Nova? And that added in a new scenario, a whole new animal system. So we went back and we not only played these ones again, we obviously found all the animals and then got all of the extra climate thresholds achieved. So every single one of this one was done, and that meant that basically we got 100% completion. Now, there's been a new update which came out of nowhere because I hadn't played the game since that, like I say, completion, called Heatwave, and it adds, among other things, 3 new scenarios. You've got like a savannah and a desert type of thing, and also a sort of updated animal system where you have to like take photos and such, which is why we've now dropped down back to 60%, which is a bit of a shame. But anyway, we'll see how we get on. At bare minimum for this little mini series, I want to just do, I just want to get the new 3 levels completed. So what I mean by that is we'll turn up, we will restore the biomes, and then we will leave. There is optional gold medal photos, which, yes, obviously I've not even tried that yet, so we'll have to see how the photography system is like. And the climate thresholds achieved, it's often very difficult, if not impossible, to complete them all in one go. So we won't be stressing about getting them all completed. You know, if we get some of them done, then that's great, but these are bonus ones. And, well, let's see. We're going to embark on the Parched Dunes here, like I say, one of the 3 new scenarios in the game. And I should point out as well, and it has to be a credit to the developers and publisher, that none of this is paid for. This is all just free updates over the course of a couple of years, which is fantastic. Anyway, Parched Dunes. This oasis on the edge of the desert was once heaven for life in the area. Shifting climate and alien vegetation have caused it to dry up. Bring water back to the desiccated land, burn the alien vegetation, and bring life back to this refuge. Okay, so use aqueducts to bypass the need for riverbeds to get water to where it is needed. The desert sand provides minerals that can be converted to fertile soil. So, first time on here, we can see we've got a very parched, dry desert, and you've got, oh, look at all this like sort of alien sort of, yeah, it's like alien, like weed, spiky stuff that's all in the riverbed. And, okay, I'm looking down at the bottom. I've done not a huge amount of research into what's been added. I just know the sort of top notes of it. But immediately I'm seeing 3 new items to my eye. So we've got aqueduct. When chained together, can move water from a spring to revive parched ground. We have a solar array. Okay, that is definitely new. Provides electricity, creates an array of panels around it. The number and range of the connections is based on available spaces. And then finally, we've got a sand helix. Pulling the surrounding desert sand, launching it into the air, increasing atmospheric convection. Okay, so let's just try the aqueduct, because that's what it says first. So we've got this raised area around the top, okay, and we've got obviously the option to place aqueducts. So there's one goes down and it doesn't really do much. Oh no, it brought water over to here, and this land changed. So can I connect them up? Yes. Okay, I can see. Right, I'm picking up what the game's putting down here. Basically, you want to connect them up like so to get all of this transformed. I'm noticing it's not transforming this, but that's what all the sand helixes will do probably. So I'll just get in all of the bare minimum that I possibly can for now. So we're just going to go there, and then finally there. So obviously we're basically using our points, this green leaf, or generic units of currency, to place all this, but obviously it's part of the job, and there is one of the optional extras. So climate goal achieved is Oryx on Dunes. That's done. If you've not played the game before, you've got humidity, temperature, atmospheric convection and ground salinity to worry about. The first 2 are probably the most important, because when they get to certain thresholds, you gain some generic units of currency, which allows you to continue building, and also the game will physically change. So, for example, anthills in scrubland. You'll physically see anthills and stuff like that. The vegetation comes. The main one, to my mind, is bringing the rains. If you bring the rain, then that is basically giving you a lot more breathing room, potentially anyway, potentially. But anyway, let's continue on doing what we have been doing. And over there, and then to there. I'm going to go to that one. We've got a bit of a missing connection there. Oh, that didn't connect up properly, so I'm going to rewind that. Is that not going to connect up properly? It's going to go to there, and that's what you really need, I guess. And maybe one over there, and then one there. Okay, so we've done that. What next? I think we need to... do I need to go up here as well, actually? Is this something we need to do? Alright, so that didn't work, that one, so undo. That's probably because it needs to be cleansed. Okay, well, I think what we'll do is we'll get rid of some of this sand and then we'll start placing some irrigators down, because that provides us with the leaf currency. So, we're going to go with this solar array, and you can see the area effect gets smaller as we go in there. And apparently, yeah, if we zoom in, we can see, oh, that's a lovely animation with all of the solar panels opening up. Okay, so then we'll use this thing to get rid of some of the desert sand, and it should be immediately yes, I was going to say hydrated. It should be immediately corrected with the aqueduct, because it's like a permanent feature. Okay, that's great, that's what we want. So I'm going to probably do something similar over here, and we'll go for, say, that. And I might be able to get some more on there as well. Yes, we can. Oh, but we are running low. But the game has prompted us that, you know, we should be a little bit more careful in what we're trying to do here. So I'm going to place this down. And then this is going to turn this into nice fertile vegetation. And that gives us points and allows us to progress on. Okay, and obviously that's changing a lot of the game stuff as well. Oh, look at all that. So this is still all... yeah, it's all still cracked and dry. That's because of this alien infestation. I'm guessing there'll be the solar burner type of thing that's in the game. I'm assuming that'll be on one of these levels, but the fun will always be in finding out. Let me go there, and that's interesting. These look like more of a rocky crag type of thing, so I don't know if we'll be able to clean that up. We'll see. So that goes in there. And no, look at that. That's not part of it. Right, fair enough. That's all done there. I reckon I could probably put another one like that, and then I'm just going to once again go around and see how much we can get. So 28% for this stage. You have to get to a certain point, and then the game will be say yep, okay, good, let's go on to the next part. So we're just working on that one. I do want to maybe start going up the top here, but then that means that might be a bit of a problem, actually. Let's see, clean that up, and clean all this up on there. What we're doing, 382, we're not doing too bad for that. And I'm going to have to rotate that one. I'm not going to get much, but yeah, it'll do. And then can I get another connection? We don't need connections for these just go straight in, so that's in like so. Rotate this around to get a better orientation. 96 for that one there, excellent. I reckon more power over here. The reason for that is if I can get in. Oh, some of the desert removed. More desert removed there. More desert removed. There. It means I can then get one of these in. It's actually a good position for it there. And then another one. Yes, and then I think a third one there. And then we'll change this to an L shape. Like so. And then 133. Not bad. Got another one around here that we can place. So 70, 70, 71. I'm going to place one of them there. I don't think it's really truly worth it, but we'll do what we can. 150 for that one. We're up to at the moment 65%. So that's okay. We've got decent generic currency. We're up to 80%. I think power around here is necessary. So 1, 2, and 3. And then once again, this will probably be the last few bits of this we need to do. In fact, it is reading out there on the top 101%. So that's the first stage completed. So, it now says, burning the alien vegetation is an effective strategy. Once animals begin to return, increase the biodiversity of the oasis. Elephants will help maintain the new savanna. Okay. We have been given access to... What have we been given access to? There is the solar amplifier, which we mentioned earlier. We've got a recycling silo, which drags all the stuff back in. My nemesis, which is this excavator. I often... don't use these correctly, and that's on me. I often, end up clogging the area up and having to go back and re-excavate and such. But anyway, hydroponium creates wetland, and then finally we've got, if you need to use solar amplifier one more time to get that one, and then you've got logs. So, what do we need to create? Wetland, vegetation, savanna, and cacti. Let's go ahead and place this up, say here, because it is a thing that amplifies the sun. And what's this? It's a sedimenter, creates alluvial islands when placed in a river surrounded by wetland. Okay, that's good. So there's a valid target. Let me just burn that. So that's all burned, and we're going to burn down here, and I reckon it's going to set a lot of stuff on fire. As in what I mean by that is it's going to start burning some of our buildings. Okay, I expected something like that to happen, so that's fine. And a new animal species has arrived. So you can click on the animal species. There you go. Actually, no, we can't at this stage. We can get the readout. So that's called petal. This herd, and right. Okay. I think the area might be heating up somewhat. It's burning all of this. Okay, we later on we have to meet the needs of the animals. They've just turned up, but they're not necessarily happy with everything that's going on. But we'll do that in the next stage. So there we go. Another solar amplifier, which can go in there, and. Actually, no. Can I get over there? I can. Only just. That was more luck than judgment, that one. So we burnt that one there. We'll burn up the top. We'll burn up the top as well. And continue amplifying. And, low-lying fog and something else as well. Okay. And, wow. That's a lot of points. I can't really see what I'm doing now, though, which is a bit of a downside. Oh, the fog's gone already. Oh, and I've lost the burner. It's gone. Okay. Well, that can go in... I can't... Yeah, I think I'll have to go there. We just have to hope that everything goes alright. So, set fire to that. Set fire to that. I'm going to preemptively put one over here and burn there. There isn't one here. I don't know what's happened. I don't know why that one... Why there's not one burned. Oh, it's probably because of the fog. Migratory birds return. Okay. And that's given us even more points. Right. We need to unlock these next two. Reclaim more vegetation. So, don't know what that would be, but this is definitely burning around here. There we go. Obviously the silo on the edge of the riverbank will all be reclaimed anyway. Right, well I need some power. I'm going to put power in there. I'm going to treat myself to another one of these solar amplifiers. And then burn that one. So that's all good. And I think that might be all of the vegetation. Oh no, there's a tiny little bit in the middle, which is a bit of a shame, but I'm sure we can get it done. There we go. So we'll set fire to that. That's going to burn all of that one. And then we need to go for the actual biomes. So what's going to be the most difficult? Well, it's asking us to make wetland. We can put these in and around here and make like that to wetland. Right. And over here. Well, that one seems to be the obvious choice. Trout spring waterfalls, a new animal species has appeared. So there is the elephant. Okay. What you often need to do then is have these little bridges so them to go across, because that spreads like essentially where they can go on, you know, their sort of their area of effect, as it were. There we are. So we've got half the wetland done. I'm going to continue on in the same vein as that, and to be honest, we've almost got it completed entirely. Right. I think we'll place, what was it? It is, we placed that on one of these. So I'm going to put in that like so. I think there's one that said 40 odd, but can't find it now. That'll go okay there. And then we change it again. And that's now completed. So we now need to do the next one. So let's do all of that. So the problem with doing it this way is that'll turn some of the wetland into the forest, to the vegetation, which means we might not, that percentage, it's not a fixed rating, it can change, can go down. So that's what I'm concerned with. So I'm going to overdo wetland area for now, and then that'll allow me to getting, what's that? Savannah cedar. Okay, we have a Savannah cedar. Alright, so I can create Savannah all the way over there. Yeah, very much can. That was easy enough done. I'll come back to that. What I have to be concerned over is not blocking up the entire waterway with this forest. Yeah, so let's see how we get on. There's +9 over there. And new animal species has appeared. Is that like a river crocodile or something? Well, they're under there, so... they're about. Right, where were we? Not really there. It's a good thing. There's 6. If we go there. Like I say, I can already tell I'm going to block this waterway up too much. I'm going to have to come back and redo bits of it. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm just happy to jump back in on the game again. Oh, that will definitely completely clog that up. Yeah. Okay. It's done. I know that I'm going to have to come back and redo things. What else have we got? The X-Raw Pytheme? Creates cacti and succulents on the areas, but not green. Okay. So here. Can it be built on... Right, that would actually work over here then. So what do you build it on? You build it on this. Right. Okay. Well, what I can do then is maybe put in some solar power there. Place this over here. But we can grow on both this and this. Right, that's actually important to know, because if I end up making it rain again, all of this is going to change to this sort of lush land, the grass. So that'd be really bad for generating cacti. Okay, well that goes there. That goes in there fine, I think, and we've got, you know, nearly halfway for that one. So that was great. Do I need to clear up some more around here? I really can't, because that can't be placed on there. So I'm going to have to do that. And then that wouldn't do anything, would it? It really didn't. Undo, might as well keep that. And there's some more. New animal species has appeared. We've got birds. There they are. Excellent. And well, they just sort of I'm sure I saw a teleporting elephant over there. So where's the next one going to be? It's not great to put everything in one area. You need to sort of, sometimes it's best to spread stuff about. Let me go ahead and preemptively dig with this thing, because I want to connect up the waterways again. So I think that should be connected up, and that'll save me a massive headache later on. Okay, so this thing, you go in there, And then that can go there. And I didn't get it completed, which is a bit of a shame. Undo. It's because this land... Yeah, it's not like this. Now, is there an option? So you have options when it comes to the land. So, for example, we have a cloud seeder, a dehumidifier, a combustor, and a flash freezer. So, if we were to... I'm not really too sure what the best course of action is at the moment. 740 generic units of currency. And I do want to make it rain at some point. There's nothing else to burn over here, but you can use the combustor. And that can be built... this can be built pretty much anywhere. And we can... I think we can build on burnt ground. If we can't, actually it doesn't really matter. Let's try it. So, a calcifier. I'm going to calcify the land around here. Actually, no, because that's too much. That's actually taking up a lot of the land that we want. So I'll put it in that corner. Then I'll do a... I can't put a combustor in because we haven't got any power. So, there maybe. Then we'll do some combusting. Just going to increase the temperature. Okay. Then we can put in that. Probably there. And then that. Oh, so close. There then. Yes, completed. Right, I'll take that. Just the savannah now, which naturally is going to be around here, I think. So that's a perfect position, I think. Why has it not done this bit? That's weird. Because we require more elephant. Undo. So more elephant is better for us. Yeah, that's strange. Okay. Is it because the grass? Don't think so. I don't think so. I'm gonna put that there. And no, that wouldn't do anything either. Okay, I'm not entirely sure what the deal is with that one. That's gonna go there. And then I can probably just place some more savannah like up here. No. Does it have to be on low ground or something? No, it requires elephant. Yeah, the elephants just don't want to go over here. Okay. Requires more elephant. Is there anything around here? Can probably get one of those in. It's a bit, yeah, it's not ideal, but it's a complete. Okay. What's next? With water and plant life restored to the land, fauna will begin to return. Make them comfortable and remove your presence once your task is done. 547 generic units of currency. In my experience, the best thing to do now is to make it rain. We already have the ideal temperature of over 70 degrees. 71 it is at the moment. We just need... No, sorry, that's the humidity. Humidity is over 71%. We need to get it over 35 degrees. And the way to do that is, yes, combustors. And you might think this is a really, like... a sort of really dodgy way of doing it. But once things get burnt, you can then go back. Because it's raining, it basically just revitalises itself. That's a silly place to put it because I've got no power over there. So maybe combustor. No. Calcifier. Calcifier. I might get away with putting one there. No. Requires rock. Let's make it easy for myself. I'm going to place it in here, and then just see if it goes there. Yes. Plus 6 degrees. Wow. We've managed to get all but 2 of the optional goals. And if I did it in a slightly different order, we would have got the anthills, because it's now just requires under 20% humidity. Now, there is an item called, well, surprise, a dehumidifier in the game. And we might be able to dehumidify if I do something like that. Oh, but it kills off all that. Yeah, we'll back that up. Like I said, I'm not going to be stressing over these optional ones. It's just nice to know that, in spite of what I said at the start about it's very difficult, if not impossible, sometimes to get them done in one go. Looks like it is actually very doable. But this has been more luck than judgment, I must confess. Right, have we got power over here? We do, so I'm going to place that there. And then we're going to get another combustor in, which is going to go in there, which is 5%. And there we go. So we're now up to 30 degrees. Like I say, we need to get to a nice, comfortable... can I put this over here? A nice, comfortable 35, and... that will not go in there, so I'm gonna bring that back, and it does feel like around here with a bit of power would probably work. I'm gonna require some power anyway, so let's go ahead and combust. I'd get a 4 degrees off this, so on the 35. It does mean you do have to go over. It does say you have to go over greater than 35. Where's the nearest power plant? Over here. I think that's doable. And that's 2 degrees. 4 degrees. Rains are back. So, this is where it's almost like a cheat code. So, we've got a lot of this land here that's all burnt and stuff that just hasn't got anything on. But once it starts to rain, all that changes. So, let's see. Yeah, it's the colour temperature's changing a little bit. And let's bring in our, I was going to say landing craft, but our airship. We're going to bring in the boat drone, and then what you can start doing is reclaiming a lot of this stuff, and you get all the points back. So I can say, go there, and you have to make sure you get all this stuff. I haven't really had a good look at these new buildings. That's nice. I like the windsock on the top. And this thing's interesting. Look at that. It's lovely. New species has appeared of animal. Good, good, good. My goal is to remove all of the offending items around here, which, if I put it there, we will get the one at the back as well. So it's about being as efficient as you possibly can, but at this point, we are sort of on sort of home stretch, really. So, let's see about removing some more of these. You notice that the boat can go underneath these logs we put in. New species of animal has appeared. Lions. Huh. Oh, those birds on the back of the elephant. Yes. So we've got 11 animals. There are 6 on each level, if memory serves, which it often doesn't. But anyway, pick that up. And while we're over here, is that going to get the power plant? It is. Get that. Like I said, more luck than judgment that I think we've got the waterways. But you can see all of these little areas, hopefully, they will all change up and basically become like nice grassland. We'll come into here. Yeah. And we're getting all of our points back, so it's truly a renewable cycle. So we've rocked up to an area that's been devastated by whatever it happens to be devastated by. Depends what level, of course. And then we unpack everything, we restore things, and then we take all the stuff we've used and we take it back and start again. So now we're going to get some red markers if memory serves. Yep, we've got basically 2. We've got 3 items left to pick up, but just these 2 in the middle. One of them is the boat, basically. So there we go. That's picked up. And then we go back. So, I need to build an observatory. And we now gain access to photographs. There is all of the things that we have to get. Multiple animal species. We have to get all of these, all 10. Yeah, so I'm going to zoom in to this area, camera mode, and take a photo of the elephants. So we've got ideal vegetation and multiple climate goals. So that is a photo rating of 2,257, I think. I will save to there. Obviously you need to get 3 golden ones, ideally. Oh, look at that. That spins around depending on where the camera's the mouse is on. Right, so we want to get the lions, and this will also get multiple animals in. There you go. So multiple animal species, happy lions, that's a gold. Save to the handbook. I might get rid of this other one. Can I discard it? Discard photo, yes. Alright, what else do we need to get? Did we have zebra? I don't know if we did. High plant biodiversity. Happy elephants, springbrooks, hornbills and crocodiles. I reckon the crocodiles is the next one we go for. There's the crocodiles, and that'll be vegetation as well. Surely that'll be vegetation. Snap. Well, I've got happy crocodiles and that's about it. Discard photo. I'm not going to keep that one. We've got in... That's a lot of plant life. Alright, so now when you click on the elephants, well, anything really, you can see what they need. So they're adequate at the moment. Basically, they need a bit more space, a bit more food, and water's good, and habitat's alright. So I can give them more space by probably putting in that, and going across to there. That'll probably fix it. You can also relocate the elephants, and I'm guessing, is that new? I can't ever really remember seeing that. Oh, that's a lovely picture. Bronze. Discard. Don't even clap it. Right, where else? Let's see. Where is the... Is there some happy springbooks? There are. Over here. And... Snap. That'll be good and surely. Ah, 1. This is why I'm not a photographer. What next? High plant biodiversity. So that'll be sort of in between, like this maybe. I think that will be alright. We've got cactus. Oh yeah, high plant biodiversity, that's good. Discard. What else did we need? Ideal happy elephants. I even got overall happy elephants. That does surprise me. Where are the happy elephants? There is some happy elephants in this corner. We're going to get the edge of the map, but there you go, happy elephants. Yes, and we just need happy hornbills now. Discard photo. Where's the hornbills? Okay. And right in the centre of frame. Done. Discard the photo. And there's one last thing to do. We have to pick up the camera rig. And then, once that's done, we can leave. Okay, engine extended, activating rotors, and away we go. I said away we go. There we go, when we only chopped 2 elephants in half. And that's it. Okay. Yeah, it's exactly what I remember, as in, it's fun. It's also challenging. And then that's all now completed. We were so close for all of the optional objectives. So close. Wasteland reclaimed. As we head off. Let's just appreciate that. Nice. Okay. We will continue. That has been a bit of Terra Nil. Yeah. Okay. Not bad at all. I like that map. Some new items. Some new optionals. Just more content. Speaking of content, that see continent is back there. And we got to 26%, bring our total progress up another 5. Got 1 gold medal photo, all biomes done, climate thresholds achieved 9 of 10. That's going to bug me, that. I know it is. The next one is Canyon Peaks. Sunflowers, rocky shrubland, finboss, and cacti. That'll be next episode. We'll have a look at that, see how we get on. As always, hope it's been good. Hope it's been enjoyable. Let me know in the comments what you think. Thanks very much for watching. Take care. And generic partings.